Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am in great pain, which is why I felt the need to get on camera and share the reasoning, the like spiritual, emotional reasoning behind why I'm in great pain. For these past 2 weeks, I've been experiencing like chronic. At first, it started in the neck, and it was stemming from my insecurity, not in a sense of like, I don't believe that I'm beautiful, not that type of insecurity. When it comes to security and trusting myself and belief in myself as a mother, because I have 1 month today. I have one more month until I move to Puerto Rico. And during this process, it has been a little stressful only because my youngest son's father was giving me a hard time in regards to signing a like voluntary agreement letter that I had typed up stating that I was moving with our child, that obviously I want him to keep a relationship with him, and just stating that, you can get him in the summers and like holiday breaks, etc. Just very minor details. And so during that process, and during the conversations that we had, he was very against me not moving at all. Like, didn't want to sign the letter and also didn't want to take full custody because I offered that as an alternative as well. But nonetheless, when I was doing my exercises that I've been doing to really calm my nervous system and also to get back into my body fully so that I can enjoy Puerto Rico in its fullness. I don't want to get to Puerto Rico and be like zombied. I don't want to be on autopilot. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be insecure. I don't want to be none of the things that I was in the past in regards to me growing up my whole life in Cleveland up to being, up to 30 years old. So I found it very important. Well, it was very important for me to make sure that I did and focus on my energetic work of self, my internal work of self when it comes to my emotional, my faith, my beliefs, my mental stronghold, my mental fortitude, and connecting with my ancestors deeply, connecting with nature deeply, like all the things that I believe in. It was very important that I make time to tune into those things more deeply, more, what's that word? What is that word? More not intimately, more intentionally. And even in regards to like apologizing to like righting my wrongs to people that I've had experiences with. So sorry y'all had to see that. Was that awkward? Probably was. My neck hurt though. I can't move too much. So yeah. Before I moved to Puerto Rico, I wanted to make sure that all of my ducks were in a row and that I'm here presently. I also got a soul retrieval, I believe on my birthday, somewhere around my birthday. I have a video on that on here. I'll I'll link it. Can I do that? I'll link it, and you can go and watch that and learn about what soul retrieval is and why it's important to get one. So, okay, as I was saying in this video, I want to share the spiritual and the energetic connection to the things that have been transpiring in my body as in a form of bringing things to the forefront and also releasing. So the first pain that I had experienced was about maybe a week or two ago in regards to me and my child's father conversations. And so I was in a space of like franticness. I was worried. I was worrying for no fucking reason. And I was also kind of doing the most, but I was just trying to ensure that everything will go smoothly, because this is obvious. Well, it's not obvious, but this is my first time moving out of state with my child. Not technically out of country because Puerto Rico is still part of the U.S. Boo, but my first time doing this big type of movement and with children. And I have good co-parenting with my oldest child. Middle child's father is not in his life at all, so he doesn't even exist. And then my last child, yes, they all had different fathers. My last child, I am a lover. I'm sorry. I was like an intrusive thought. My last child, our co-parenting, I don't know what it is. So I was worried. I was stressed. I was not trusting in myself in regards to being a mother, which is odd, right? Because it should be natural for me. I'm a natural nurturer, protector. I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been raising kids for 11 years now. So it was just like, girl, what the fuck? I just didn't want to be in any type of, I guess, like illegal situation when it comes to kidnapping. Like I was doing my research on moving with children, and so like basically it states for Ohio, I don't know about other states, but for Ohio, um, you can write the letter as I did and send it through certified mail because that is best to ensure that they get the letter and also get you a receipt. With the tracking number, this is what it will look like. I'm not showing you the information that's on there, but it'll be green. Okay. And if you feel like you need, get you an attorney. I was talking to an attorney as well, and he recommended that I send a letter and that I also send another letter going over our conversation that we had in refusal to him wanting to sign and wanting to either like take full custody of his child because he was worried. Well, he was concerned, as he said, that he wanted his sons to grow up together and all this other shit, but it's not important. It's really not important. Maybe I'll do another video on that, the breakdown. But the main thing is the stress had arose in my neck and it was on my right side because for one, I was not expressing, but that's more so related to now. I was not fully expressing. I was going through that process alone. Like I had my therapist, but we weren't talking as frequently. For me to talk through these things. Also, I really didn't open up to my family about it because I know they're probably tired of hearing my shit about the males that I chose, and so I just didn't want to bother them. I just didn't care to. And I also didn't. I had not told them yet that I was moving, so that was also why. But as a mother, I'm going to let y'all know, whoever's watching this, as a mother, you have the right to move with your children. Um, the father have no rights. Naturally, the mother has the rights. Now, what I was going to do was I was filling out paperwork to take down to the court to file for full custody, which is crazy, right? Because I'm already the primary fucking parent. But like I said, I was trying to make sure that nothing crazy was going to happen outside of me moving. Like I was trying to have my shit in a row. So when I had called down there to get like some assistance, it sounded like somebody was knocking, but that's a car. To get some assistance on filling out the actual packet of paperwork, I had spoke to a very nice lady, and she told me basically what I'm saying now is that you're the mother, you have full rights, you're able to move out of state with your children, and it is up to the responsibility of the father if he wants to do a mediation, if he wants to do shared parenting, if he wants to do full custody. That is his responsibility to go down there to the juvenile court and to file out that paperwork. Baby, you good. Be free. Be fly. Okay? And so I said, oh my God. Wow. I did all this stressing, all this worrying over this fracking paperwork. And I should have just trusted myself. I should have just trusted my intuition. I should have just trusted that everything would be okay because I'm not the bitter one. I'm not the one that's gonna be like, yeah, nah, you can't even see your son at all. No, I am trying to shit. I was about to give you the whole child to have full time. So I should have just known to trust myself. And so that's that first part. And so, after, obviously I was still doing like my practices in the morning, such as like stretching, and I was doing my chanting. That's in regards to, maybe I'll make a different video on this, but it's in regards to having a like a homecoming session, is bringing your full essence back to you presently, so that you can fully embody who you are, and so that you can call in the things that you need to, um and just, it helps to eliminate the, what is that called, all the old belief systems that you grew up with, that you attached to, and other shit. So yeah, I might do a different video on that whole thing, but it's not mine per se, it's somebody else. Her name is Nicole Ray. So, and then after, I got my massages, was doing my practices, but I really do believe I had text, I don't know if I call her my friend yet, but we have a good relationship. This is the person who gave me my soul retrieval. I was texting her and updating her about my journey, because she has been present since day one. She was actually the person I had to book a reading for, to get insight on, okay, I keep getting these signs and signals to move to Puerto Rico. Mind you, I visited Puerto Rico twice before, and I fell in love with Puerto Rico. I love how I feel so connected there. I love how confident I can show up there. I love the weather there. I love the food there. And so it's just, I love the culture. And yeah, I just love everything. How could you not love Puerto Rico? But except for the part that they're part of the U.S. But yeah, as I was updating her, this is what I was about to say. When I was updating her and I told her about my pains and shits that I was going through, um, I went to sleep that night and I woke up with no pain, and I feel like she sent a helping spirit to help me. That's I truly, I feel that in my spirit. I do. I just seen 1212 as I was finishing up that thought, but she's a shamanic practitioner. I'm also into like the shamanic healings. I don't give shamanic healing right now, but I've been like studying and reading about shamanism, and eventually I will offer shamanic Reiki. So, going on to the neck pain that I am experiencing now is from, boom, yes, also this is like a mixed video, because I'm about to talk about, I guess, MLMs a little bit, and also pyramid schemes, but not so much in depth. I will actually tag two videos that I watched that gave me better insight and better understanding as to what I was getting myself into. So my neck pain now is stemming from me not expressing myself in fullness, me not obviously speaking up and questioning things as they needed to be. And it's also stemmed with like my root chakra, because I'm really working on my faith and trust in myself as an entrepreneur, when it comes to like writing, when it comes to being an artist, when it comes to being a healer, like an energy worker, because I know that when I get to Puerto Rico, a lot of things will transpire way differently on a beautiful aspect, as far as like more opportunities will open up for me. It's kind of like here the energy is really dead for me. Like my timeline of living in Cleveland has ended. And so I'm just like in the final phase of wrapping things up and letting go of shit, and really just honing into being grounded, especially through the root chakra, because it's related to stability, grounding, security, just trusting in yourself. So that's where this neck pain is coming from. Now, in regards to, because I was so upset yesterday that the emotions had rose up energetically in my body and caused me stress and pain in my neck on the right side. Um, And so I signed up to be a travel agent through Intel Travel and Plan Net. And we all know the lingo when it comes to certain pyramid schemes and MLMs, which is multi-level marketing. I believe I'm saying that right. But I had looked past all of that because the person that I knew I signed up through was somebody personal. I went to I went to school with her, but we had like a pretty cool, cordial, good relationship through when she had her own travel business, aside from Planet and Intel Travels. So I had traveled twice with her, and I had built a bond with her. So that's why I didn't really look into how this whole company could be like a pyramid scheme and not something that I am in alignment with as far as like integrity and honesty. And yeah, it just wasn't with my personal values and beliefs, um, along those lines, because it's like the person at the top who started the company obviously is already secured because he has recruited and started the business. He started the business and recruited the people that he needs to recruit, which then for under those people, they have to recruit like at least 5 people to start really getting in their residual incomes. And it just trickles down. By the time it gets down to like the bigger numbers, like the bottom of it, it'll take those people a long time, a while to accumulate um, that residual income that's talked about so much and so heavily, and just to like reach certain gold stars and whatnot. Now I'm not breaking this down effectively because that's not the type of stuff I like to talk about. So it's just a little smooth over. And like I said, I'll link the other videos that explains it better than I do, below. But I learned about that because when I was in my recruiting phase, or when I was in the phase of building my own team, I reached out to somebody that I know, that I trusted personally, to be on that like that top part of the team with me so that they can recruit more people and so on and so on. And then there was a 10-minute video that I was supposed to send out. So obviously you do like a pitching strategy, and then you ask if they're interested in watching this video to learn more about the company. You send the video, yada yada yada. She watched the video and then she got back with me. So when I had went to do a follow up, she basically sent she sent me 2 links. A link was one from Reddit, people who were against MLMs, and I was reading through the whole thread and it checked out. And then she sent me another link. The other link was this organization that I don't know, but they had a good article on if Planet and Intel Travel was a pyramid scheme, basically, and like the truth behind it and why it was interconnected with MLMs and why it wasn't illegal, because they were doing it a certain way. And the reason why it's not illegal for Planet is because they're in partnership with Intel Travel, which is the actual traveling business side, which is where you sell the travel. But Planet is the side where you recruit to build that team and to keep recruiting until you reach your certain levels, and until you reach that certain amount of residual income that you wish to bring in. But during this whole thing of learning about Planet, it was sounding too good to be true, from the fact of um, bringing on so many people that you're basically getting pay cuts from them to fund you. The monthly fees, I don't know if I really have a problem with the monthly fees, but I don't know. That's neither here or there. In regards to having, what the hell is it called? Um, Basically having a good financial setup to ensure that even like generations down the line can receive what you receive, like your beneficiaries. Um, can receive the, so basically, okay, boom, let me pause real quick. If you were to die and you had all of this residual income coming in from Planet, and you had your beneficiaries wrote down, of who you want to receive after you pass away, they will still get your residual income checks no matter what, like until the end of time, I guess. So that was another part that just like it seemed good and all, like yeah, who wouldn't want that, but it also seemed too good to be true. And I just didn't understand why they would constantly have like trainings for this and big conventions, honestly, when it's just like, okay, if you're going to train me once on something, it's going to at least once or twice, it's going to stick to me. I shouldn't have to keep doing these or going to these Zoom trainings. And I wasn't going to in-person trainings, but they have a lot of trainings. Essentially, they have a lot of Zoom calls and motivational calls and other. So yeah, just that whole long spiel. So in regards to that, that is why my neck is currently hurting now, because I wasn't trusting in myself yet again to earn income. Well, actually, I still want to help people travel. I had joined that travel business because I wanted to help people travel, and I wanted to help mothers find their homes of which they feel called to live in. Because before I met her, I had never traveled out of the US. And so when I traveled with her, when she had her own personal business, travel business, that was my first time going to PR. And that was my first time really loving PR. And the second time I went, I was like, I want to live here. So that is why I joined, because I want to help other mothers who don't really resonate with their city, that energetically knows that their spirit doesn't belong there, it belongs somewhere else, living wise. That's why I joined. And yeah, just in regards, it had frustrated me so much yesterday learning that information, because I'm really trying to cultivate relationships and trust people again on the business aspect of things. Um, but I have to learn when something is shifty the first time to speak up and inquire about things, not in a like, you don't have to be confrontational in a rude way. You can be confrontational in an intentional way and just inquire about things and get answers to things and see if it aligns with your own moral compass. And so since this company does not do that for me, I had to send a text and let her know that unfortunately this is not for me. And this was my second time signing up with them, because the first time I was scared to make money, but also I don't like, I'm not the person. I know that life is about earning income, but I don't want to earn income that way. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't really want to bug people that I don't need to bug, honestly. And I know that may sound limited to, the people that works in these type of organizations, but I'm here to focus on people's energetic health. I'm here to focus on people's mental, emotional health. That is what my main focus is. And then when you get all of that together and good to go, when you get your energy work done or whatever you need to have done, you can easily come back into yourself and accumulate the financial wealth that you wish to have. So that's a part of why, also, I guess I can say is that, yeah, it was straying me away from what I truly have a passion for, what I truly care about, what I truly love, and what I want to study. It's like they tell you can work. It had paused. They tell you that you can do this part time, but at the end of the day, because they're trying to recruit people to build their bigger team so that they can earn that good amount of passive residual income, you'll end up eventually being so swamped with like pitching to people and so swamped with recruiting people, building your team, and then you have to obviously keep up with them and train them, and then you have to reteach this to them and other stuff. Like it pulls you away from selling actual travel, which is really what I wanted to do. It pulls you away from your other things if you really don't have a good sense of self, if you don't have a good balance of your work life, a good balance of your personal life. So like you really have to be careful when it comes to uh things as such. And thank goodness I've been doing my work and I've been learning who I am and I've been understanding and accepting who I am, that I was able to catch it um, up under someone else's assistance through those links. But I had already had skepticism. It was just a matter of time. And so yeah, that's the story of my neck pain. And my neck feels a little bit better after expressing this and talking about this, but I know still it's probably going to take me like at least probably 2 days to fully feel like myself again, because I still have to keep pursuing writing. I still have to keep pursuing my YouTube channel. I still have to keep pursuing speaking truth and sharing things that I know other people can relate to and resonate with. I'm just a different person of nature, I like to say. And I'm not really trying to fly or go for anything no more, especially with the past experiences I've had in my 20s leading up to my 30s. I've had a lot of moments of being taken advantage of. I had a lot of moments of ignoring my intuition, a lot of moments of not expressing myself as needed be, just too many experiences. I've learned the lessons and I don't need to learn them again. Okay? So, hope this has helped someone. And if you're interested in the things that I write about, it is usually catered to spiritual, insightful blogs on my personal experiences in life. But a lot of people experience these things, like the collective in general experience just about the same damn things. We all just react to them differently. And then you have some people that experience more extreme things. But anyways, I write spiritual, insightful blogs, not only for mothers and women, but for people in general. Like anybody can learn from them. So if you're interested, you can subscribe to or follow me on Substack at Azalea's J. All of my socials is Azalea's J. My Instagram is azaleas.j, but I'm going to see if I can change that. And subscribe to here if you please. Thank you for listening, and I'm so excited that today is the 21st, because that means I have one more month until I move to Puerto Rico. And also check out my wall that I painted. It's in homage to Puerto Rico. I'd rather be home. You know, Puerto Rico is very festive and very pretty. So, all right, peace.